You've been following my video. The last video I posted was about how I made $2,250 this year, and the year is not yet over. But if you check that video, you would see that I also made mention of how I sat for interviews. So today I want to talk to you about two strategies that I have employed, that also worked for me, and it has also helped me to land high-paying gigs, high-paying jobs in the crypto and tech sector. So move closer. Let me give you a hint. So the first strategy is what I call the counter attack. I like to call them counter attack, and let me tell you why I call it the counter attack. Now, this counter attack is a strategy that moves you from being an interviewee to be the interviewer. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you will interview the person, but I'm saying that you can change hands in such a way that it puts you in a position of you being confident enough for you to be hired. Now, let me give you an example. Imagine you are being interviewed for a particular job, and few minutes into the interview, you are the one asking the questions. You are the one asking the questions, not because your interviewer does not have any question to ask you, but because they see that you understand the job and you are explaining the job so much that you've already covered all the questions that they want to ask you, and this is how you do it. Before you go for an interview, the first thing you need to do is carry out your research. I always mention this research. Carry out your research. Know about the company. What is the problem that this company is facing? Is it in terms of writing? Is it in terms of sales? Is it in terms of marketing? You need to find out the problem that they are facing. When you find out the problem that they are facing, the next thing you want to do is draft out a 3-minute PowerPoint presentation. Now, when you draft out a 3-minute PowerPoint presentation, make sure that your PowerPoint presentation is ready, well edited, short, straight to the point. There's something we call KISS. Keep it short and simple. Once you've done that, in your interview, when they ask you to tell them about yourself, once you are done telling them about what you do, what you've done in the past, yada yada, all those things, ask them to give you 3 minutes that you have a PowerPoint presentation and you would like to present. When they need to tell you to do that, make sure you talk about the problem that they are facing and how you are going to bring solutions to that problem. That interview is no more rigid. It has become a flexible interview for you to relax and know that you are doing better than many other persons that you just sit down and nod their head. They ask them questions and they're like, yes, I've done this, I've done that. No, you see, every interview is a strategy. So you need to bring your A game into the interview. Now, the second strategy is what I call the STAR strategy. You see, this STAR strategy is an acronym for situation, task, action, and results. It's more like a story-driven problem-solving strategy. It involves you talking about a technical experience. You might not even have such experience, but you are able to cook up an experience in your head and talk to them that this is what you faced in the past related to the problem that they're having, a challenge they're having in their own organization, and this is how you are able to solve it. This one does not involve you having a PowerPoint presentation. This one involves you being bold and being smart. Remember that it is not hard work, it's about being smart. You have to talk about how you were able to attack some issues in the past that are related to this company and how you were able to come on top of that, what you did, and the result you got from applying that particular experience in the past. Now, don't forget that when you are doing this interview, make sure that you demonstrate your passion for continuous learning by asking insightful questions. Don't ask them to tell you more about the role. When they've sent you a job description, don't ask obvious questions that they know that you should have read or researched about. What you need to do is research about the company's, track record, their product, their recent development. In many of your statements, talk about metrics. Tell them that you wrote a particular article and the article gained over 11,000 readers. Something like that. You made a video and you have over 1 million viewers. They need to understand that you really understand this job. Okay? Now, before I end this, I will give you this for free. Now, when they ask you how much do you charge, please try as much as possible to first search on Google how much is being paid for that position you are applying for. If you are applying for a technical writer, ask Google how much technical writer salary is in a year. If you are applying for a video editing role, ask Google same question. If you are looking for data analysis job, ask Google these same questions. The reason is because you don't want to shortchange yourself. Please, you need to understand that time for a particular role and you charge lower, they believe that you are not competent enough for that role. I mean, think about it. A role that is supposed to pay you $800, $900, $1,000, and you charge $150. They believe that either you are not competent enough for that particular role, or you don't even know much about that role, or you are just someone who is starting up in the tech sector. So please always try and research about a particular role. Find out how much is being paid in that for that particular job and charge accordingly. You might have a question about what if you charge a particular company and they don't have that budget. It is better you charge higher. You start bargaining for a salary structure that works better for you than you charge lower and you're not given the job. I really hope you're going to make use of this strategy like I have also made use of this strategy countless times. Please kindly like, follow, and comment if you have any question or you want more videos on tech and how to get jobs.